What's he talking about?
Motorcycle gloves.
Hi, Tanner here. Welcome to the cave for another video in the series looking at some winter gear. And this week it's an exclusive review of the brand new, much anticipated Knox 03 gloves. Right, I'm back indoors now, so let's take a look at these gloves in closer detail. Now obviously, as the name would suggest, this is the third iteration of the Zero Winter Glove from Knox, and it follows on from a very successful model. But instead of tweaking the design, Knox went back to the drawing board to try to build what they feel is the perfect all-round winter glove. So, goatskin on the outside, treated with a water repellent coating, and you've got this E-vent breathable liner inside to make sure that they are 100% waterproof. You've also got what Knox call a stay fix liner. So what can be annoying sometimes if you get warm hands in a glove, you pull your glove out and it pulls the lining out with it. These are fixed so that that lining stays in place and doesn't do that. Again, just looking at some of the features of the outside of the glove. The knuckle protection is the Knox own micro lock armor, and this micro lock armor is in a floating panel there, so you don't have that issue where the glove pulls tight on the armor when you clench your fist. Because this panel is a separate piece, it allows you to much more dexterity when you can move there, but it still keeps that armor in place. And of course the microlock armor is the soft armor, but it hardens on impact. So what other features are we looking at? Well, there's armor you can see here in each of the fingers, and you've got these accordion stretch panels on the fingers and the thumbs, which give you great flexibility. All of the grey pieces that you can see here are 3M reflective material, so when the light shines on that, that shines really brightly just for that added piece of visibility. The wrist closure system is new this year, and this is what Knox are calling the lift and lock system, and this is how easy it is to use.
It fits like a glove, Captain.
Okay, let's flick it over to the inside and take a look here, and there's a couple of things that stand out straight away. I'll start off by looking at this panel here that's stitched in to the palm and on the thumb, obviously to help with the grip, and it has got quite a nice sort of rubberized grip on there. The index finger, middle finger and thumb have got conductive panels on there, which make using smartphones or GPS very easy and straightforward. You've got a really nice extra tough piece of leather down the side here built into this scaphoid protector. On the wrist you've got this little bit of elasticator to help keep that tight, as well as the lift and lock system, and then you've got this protective panel on the side here as well, just giving some protection to the outer area of that wrist. Switching to the left hand glove, there is on the thumb a visor wipe made from TPR, and there again you can see that padding on the outside of the wrist, and that's got micro lock armor in it, the same as you've got on the knuckles. Now obviously we know Knox are not only about comfort and style, it's predominantly about protection, and these gloves feature the Knox SPS system. That's the scaphoid protection system. This is Knox's own patented design, and it's designed to help protect that frequently broken scaphoid bone in your hands. And so the SPS system just works as a slider. When you fall and your hands go out, they make contact with the road and they continue to slide, much like a knee or an elbow slider would do, and that prevents that grabbing of the tarmac, which will hyperextend the wrist, and it's that hyperextension which is generally what breaks that scaphoid bone. So it's a really important piece of protection, and it's something that you'll find on all Knox gloves. So what is it that makes these gloves so warm? Well, they have inside a 115 gram Primaloft lining. So there's an insulating lining around all of the glove, which helps to retain the heat in the hand. And I have to say that insulation works really well. I've been riding these in low temperatures and I haven't felt the need to go for the heated grips. Now, I thought people would ask me, well, what about heated grips and how do they work? So I did actually try them, and admittedly it does take a little bit longer for the gloves to heat up, but I felt that because the gloves are so warm anyway, I didn't really necessarily need that instant heat from the heated grips. So that Primaloft works really well, and I have to say these are one of the warmest gloves that I've tried. There is, of course, a caveat to that. If you like very thin palmed gloves because you like that feel on your handlebars, and personally I do, you will find these a bit odd to start with. They do feel, because of their insulation, a little bit more remote from the controls. They're not horrible in that sense, but for me, having normally only wear single layer leather palms, they took a little bit of getting used to. So if you do like very thin palms, these may potentially not be the gloves to you, but I would urge you to try them out and grip a pair of handlebars with them, because although initially I didn't quite like the feeling of that, once I'd been riding for 20 minutes or so and I'd got used to them, it didn't really bother me anymore. And because of their construction with the goat skin and the primer loft interior, these are a very soft, supple glove. So some winter gloves can be big and heavy and bulky. These are not that at all, and you can see they are a very soft, supple glove, so you don't have any problems in terms of gripping them. That primer loft lining doesn't make that a difficult thing to do. They are just like a very soft pair of single layer leather gloves. Because of the box construction of those fingers, you've got really nice dexterity, grabbing hold of zips and doing bits up and opening clasps and things. No problems with these. So as a winter glove all round, I think these are a very, very nice piece of kit. When it comes to price, well, a pair of these are $139.99. So they're not cheap gloves, but by the same token, I wouldn't say they're expensive gloves. When you look at the way they perform in terms of keeping your hands warm, the protection and just the general construction of these gloves, I think they are a bit of a bargain, and I can imagine that these as winter gloves would last you for years and years. If you are looking for a pair of gloves to keep you warm and keep you protected, I would highly recommend taking a look at the Knox 03s. So there you go, a really safe and technical glove, but above all, a warm glove. Lots of work have gone into this. You can see where Knox has spent a lot of the time in developing, and I think this is, for them, a really good step up from the previous models. Overall, it's a really solid winter glove. Hope the review has been useful. If you've got any comments or questions, or I've missed anything out, you know where to ask those down below. And all that leaves me to say is until next time, take care, ride safe, keep warm, and I'll see you soon. Bye.